What's up, guys? I've got a unboxing today, two boxes actually. I'm just hanging out here in the garage, messing around with the boat. I've got a few rods out, messing around with. It's starting to warm up a little bit, and I'm getting the urge to get back out there on the water. But I ordered some stuff from Tackle Warehouse, and like I typically do, about a day or two later, I realized there was something I forgot. And of course, I had to order some more. And you can never just order one thing, you know, you see something else. And, you know, in this case, I got a few things, and then I realized the Spro Rk came out without me knowing somehow. And had to order me a couple. They've got a Fire Tiger color I like. So I'm just going to run down what I got. I've kind of already opened them up and poked around a little bit. Start off with this guy, because I have a little backstory on this. This is a Lucky Craft Sammy 100s and gunmetal shad. One of my friends on YouTube here, he's got his channel Alex Rudd Fishing, which if you're not familiar with him, definitely check his channel out. I made a little video about topwater baits, and he was joking around with me that I didn't have a Sammy, and I said, you know what, next time I order something from Tackle Warehouse, I'm going to pick one up. And he recommended the 100 and the gunmetal shad, which is a really cool color. I like this color a lot. So little shout out to him, and I'll be hitting the water with this thing soon. But most of what I got was a lot of crankbaits. It's mostly crankbaits. I've got, there's a few frogs in here. I don't have any plastics in here. I'm actually pretty stocked up on those. I've got bags and bags of those things. I'm actually good. I've got, I don't know how many bags of Senkos I have, but I've got a lot. So let's run down some of the stuff. Got that Rockstar 55. That's that Fire Tiger color, which is really cool. I've mentioned it in my other videos. I love the rock crawler. I love that bait. I caught my biggest bass of the year last year on it. Was a 6.5 pounder. Caught a 5.5 pounder. Lots of 3s, 3.5s, couple 4s. They just hammer that thing, and the fish is always a quality fish. And it's not a big bait. I don't know if it's the wide action. I don't know what it is. But something about that bait. So I've got a few of these. Fire Tiger color. We've got this crazy purple color, which my water is really murky. So some of these crazy colors, they actually, even though these are typically designed for, I think Mike McClellan said, fishing in the Midwest for some other species. But my lake, my dad got on a hot streak last summer with a red shad wrap. And it was like one of the brighter reds. I can't remember if it was Ike's Demon or what red color it was, but some of these crazy colors can work well in my stained water. I don't know, the fish, they just lets them see it better, or they just don't see that color very often. There you go. Another bright one. Steelhead and salmon. But I bet you I'm gonna catch a few bass on it. Cool color. That's probably one that would just not too far off from that one I was talking about with my dad. I also picked up some of the old classics, some Storm wiggle warts, and these obviously aren't the pre-Rapala wiggle warts, but what I was reading about was a lot of guys have said, not when they first brought it back, but the ones now, they've actually edited the mold just a little bit and got it much closer to that pre-Rapala action that everybody's after. And this is some stuff I heard about on Bass Resource. There's a few guys that fish Table Rock and those lakes, and they're wiggle wart gurus, and they assured me that these will catch fish just like the old ones, even though I'm sure there's still some guys loyal to the true originals. But I've got some wiggle warts in here. I'm not sure what color that is. Let's see, Phantom Green. That's a pretty cool color. Some of the colors now look pretty nice. Got another Rockstar in here, Rockstar 55. I went ahead and got two of those Fire Tiger because I love that Fire Tiger color. And I think the rest of these are wiggle warts and mag warts. It's a pretty cool color, not too far off from my favorite rock crawler color, which is Spring Crawl. I've got it tied on. That's it right there. Killed them on that thing last year. What else we got here? Another pretty cool color here. Wiggle warts are pretty cheap too. You know, that's pretty easy to load up on some of those. Some more in there. And I think we got a red one here, mag wart. That nice red color. The pre-spawn, a lot of people say they do good on red, and I've done pretty good too. And again, my lake really doesn't have that many crawfish in it. It's just the water gets murky, and these colors work. I don't know what it is. Red, chartreuse, fire tiger, stuff like that. Let's see. I've got some frogs in here, even though I just about never fish frogs. But you know, you see something cool when you jump on it. These are the Lunkerhunt popping frog, and I do fish a lot of poppers. That's kind of what drew me to this a little bit. I got two sizes. These are both in the bluegill color, and I like how they do the packaging. I've mentioned this in other videos. I really like how Lunkerhunt, you can see the top, flip it over on the bottom. I've seen these at like Dick's Sporting Goods and stuff, and you can get a good look at what the bottom of that bait looks like, since that's what the fish sees most of the time anyway. So it could pop, and the angle of the hooks on these, I'm not sure if you can, they're already kind of pointed up a little bit more than normal. You know, a lot of guys bend the hooks out a little bit. My local lake, I don't really have a lot of vegetation. It's mostly wood cover, so I don't really get to fish frogs too often, but when I do fish these, I'll be throwing them in the back of some heavy cover, and poppers do work well, so we're going to give that a try. That's the standard size, and actually I'm going to do a size comparison. I got one other frog I'm going to show you in a minute, and I got the small one too, just for fun, you know. I've got the Terminator walking frog, and again, as I got the other one for popping action, this one, walking. Definitely a bigger frog. We'll do a little size comparison here. You can tell the body on it's just a little bit longer, a little bit wider, just kind of bigger overall. But of course, the Lunkerhunt, they've got those legs that really kick in the water. That's one of their main deals with that. But this one I saw, I believe it was Brandon Polnick. It was the same color too, this mud camo color. He posted something about it a while back, and I was like, that's pretty cool. That's a cool looking frog. Don't fish frogs very often, but you know what? Talked me into it. Looks cool, and I like stuff that walks. I typically don't, you know, I don't get too hardcore into trying to walk a frog. I really just want to drop it on the bass's head, let it sit there, and inch it along a little bit and see if he's just going to blow up on it. That's kind of what I try to do with him. Then I've got some weight baits, and these are some DT Fat 1s. I've got some Iconelli colors here. I think this one, what is this? Ike Smash, I think it is. I don't know where. Smash. Ike Smash. Pretty cool color. Nice kind of little bait fish, little bluegill color. I went ahead and got two of those because I'll probably fish that one a little bit more. And last but not least, got an Ike's Demon in that same bait. And this is, again, you know, fish in my lake, sometimes they just hit just some of the craziest colors, and they will hit it all day. So after last year, I made a personal note to myself that I'm going to try some brighter colors regardless of the bait or whatever, because I mentioned a little bit before, last summer I was fishing with my dad, and I'm trying everything to catch a fish. The only thing that's working is a Texas rig Cinco, just inching it along, and all of a sudden he hooks up with this. He hooked up a 6-pounder, and it was on a red shad wrap. I was like, what in the world? I put on a red. It was a rock crawler, and their red isn't quite as bright. It's kind of more of a phantom color, and immediately started catching some fish. I was like, man, this color thing's really got something to it. Even though this is on the surface and it's not cranking down like a rock crawler, I said, you know what? We're gonna get a red one anyway, just to see what they do, you know. And that's pretty much it right there. I've got a nice pile of baits to sift through, and we'll time on some rods. I've got a few out there. I went to one of my shore spots messing around. I've only taken the boat out once so far this year, and I got rained on, and it started getting cold. Water was like chocolate milk. So I had to come back in. My fishing buddy was wanting to get off the water, but that's it, guys. Nice little haul. I'm hoping to have some on the water videos as soon as I can. I'm gonna do a few more reviews. You can see there I've got a 13 Omen Black. I've got the new one. right next to the old one. I might do a video with that. I might talk about some more wake bait stuff because I've got some of those recently. But you guys take it easy, and good luck if you're out there in the water. See ya.